Good morning. Hey, Bailey. Can you let me know if you can hear me just by typing in? Whoops. Where's my chat? I know lots of people had power, like electricity issues last night, so we may have a pretty small group this morning. I'm still recording, so I can post that. Hi, Grayson. How are you? If you just want to type to let me know that you can hear me, that would be great. I know things have been a little bit crazy for all of us. I'm pulling up a couple websites. Oh, good, good. I'm glad you can hear. Grayson, can you hear me? Okay. Awesome. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started. I know that a lot of people have had trouble with Wi-Fi, so we're recording, and I'll send the email out and get everybody everything that they need. Any questions just before we get started? So, any questions? How's it going? Are you able to access what you need to access? Are you confused about anything? Are you unclear about what you need to do? Just any question about anything that you need from me. And as I start talking and as we start going over what you need to do for the week, don't hesitate to type those questions in at any point. And if you had trouble with internet access and stuff today because of the storms last night, feel free to email me any of those. That's completely fine to email me any of those questions that you have, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Okay. Hi, Matthew. How are you? If you could just type in a little in the chat box that you can hear me, that would be great. If you can just do that, that would be super, super helpful, just so I know that you can hear me. Okay, I am going to get ready to share my screen so we can go over the different things that we need to go over today. And let me make sure I can see my chat. There we go. And I got my, there we go. Got everything we need. Okay. So what you should be looking at right now is our Canvas page. So I'm hoping that you visit your Canvas page pretty often. Again, our resources for online learning. Here's our weekly overview presentations. And of course, as you know, after I finish this, I will post our video right here. So you'll have our video to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and click on assignments for this week so that we can look at those. This week, the one thing that's different about this week is that you do have a quiz. You have a quiz inside WebAssign that you want to finish. Now, these are the assignments that are kind of ongoing, assignments that hopefully you have finished. But if you haven't finished, your test is in less than 2 weeks. You've got a week and a half. It's next Friday that all of that comes to a culmination. So you want to be sure that you've kind of got that you've got that timeline down. So homework, you know, we just want to make sure that we've all got that. Now, here's the new material for this week. Here's the new material for this week. You have a lecture video on chapter 7. That's linear. You've got homework on chapter 7. Okay, your target due date for that is 1 week from today. That's April 20th. Now, you have a quiz due Friday by midnight. Okay, that's on chapter 5 and 6. There's nothing from chapter 7 on this quiz. It's just chapter 5 and 6. It is timed, so please pay attention to how much time you have left. If you are a student that has any DSS accommodations, I have added that time to it. But if you are worried about that, don't hesitate to email me and say, hey, I just want to double check that I get that extra time added. And I can confirm that and I can make sure. So I will be sure that you have all the time that you're supposed to have. You have an hour. I think there's 14 questions. Now, some of the questions say solve by completing the square, solve by quadratic formula. It does not matter to me how you solve. If you prefer the quadratic formula, that's completely fine. If you prefer completing the square, that's also completely fine. It does not matter to me which you use. I do recommend that you have all of your chapter 6 homework done before you take the quiz. So you want to have all of your chapter 5 and your chapter 6 homework done before you take the quiz. Okay? You do have 2 attempts on each question. So you don't have any of the resources, but if you get it wrong, you can try again. So you get 2 attempts on each of those. Now, what is coming up next week? So hopefully this week you're going to knock out all the homework. That's what you want. So next week, all of your homework is due. Hopefully you've been working on it all of this time. You have a test on chapter 5, 6, and 7. Now you've already taken 1 test for me. You'll get a practice test. You will have all of those things like you did last time. Now, the test, you only have 1 attempt for each question. It's not like the quiz where you have 2 attempts. You have 1 attempt for each question. So keep that in mind. And you also, it will be timed and you'll want to watch your time. Your final exam is on April 30th. It's due April 30th. You have to complete it by April 30th. So keep those things in mind. Keep all of those things in mind. Just like last week, there is a screen at the very end of your video on chapter 7 lecture. It's just the very last screen, okay? And so all of those things right here, they don't apply to you, okay? So just kind of ignore that last screen. Ignore that last screen. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the chat, see if I have any questions on that. Oh, good. Good, Matthew. It looks like you're in good shape. I would encourage you to finish chapter 6 before you take your quiz. That's the one thing I would encourage you to do. Okay, any other questions before I go over to WebAssign? Any other questions? Okay, so again, I just want to point out that this week you've got that quiz due by Friday, and next week you're going to have a test that's due by next Friday. So just kind of hang in there, make sure you're working every day, and we go from there. Okay, before I actually move off of this, you guys know I put the Zoom tech support link in case you needed that. And then I'll have the video here. Here is your video for lines. Okay, so you've got your test, chapter 5, 6, and 7, and then here are all the videos right here. Okay, there are all the videos that you need for the unit. Okay, any questions about Canvas? Anything you need inside Canvas? Okay, then we have WebAssign. Okay, so here is chapter 5, 6, and 7. This is your homework. Now, each one of them have a target due date. Now, hopefully your chapter 5 and 6 homework is finished. I know that it might not be. Hopefully, it's pretty close to being finished. Here's your quiz. Now, do you see that? You have 1 hour to take the quiz. Once you click on the quiz, it's going to give you, this is a timed assignment. When you open this assignment, you will have 1 hour to complete the assignment. The remaining time will be displayed. So, and let's just say here's the quiz. You can see my time is running right up here. Now, let's say I get the first one wrong. Okay, so I'm going to submit it and I get the first one wrong. Okay, it tells me immediately that it's wrong. And then I can go back and I can try again. Okay, so I think I can't remember the answer. I think that's the answer. Well, I may have just given you the answer to oh, no, that's not right. And after you do that second one, you don't have an opportunity to do it again. So I just want to make sure you realize how that works. Okay. And once you start the quiz, you have to finish it. Okay. I just want to remind everybody, I know that some of us had some storms last night, depending on where we live, that some of us had some storms. I can be super sensitive to that. We are on a schedule. We've got 3 weeks left in our class. I have been to the parking lot of Chick-fil-A to work on things before. So don't hesitate to just drive your car and sit in the parking lot at one of the restaurants like Starbucks and Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. They've all said that they're going to keep their Wi-Fi open. And I've done that. And I know it's a pain and it's not ideal and stuff like that. But I do want you to know that that's an option. And while I certainly can extend some things and be sensitive to your Wi-Fi situation because of the weather, it's in your best interest to just try to keep working. So if your electricity is not back on by Tuesday, then I would definitely make some plans to go and hang out in the parking lot of like Chick-fil-A or Starbucks or McDonald's or any of those places that offer free Wi-Fi. Okay, so I did the weekly overview, your web assign, your upcoming. You guys kind of know about your calendar. Yes, Matthew, I will do that. I think I have already done it, but I will confirm that this afternoon. I've got it on my list to pull all those things up, but you absolutely will. Okay. Any other questions? I know this one's kind of short. We're kind of getting to the point that you guys know how it works. But please, please, please let me know if something's going on, if you're confused about something, all those good things. Anything I can do for you? Okay, that's all I have. I just wanted to kind of go over what the week looks like for you. Okay, only a couple more weeks. Please, please contact me if you need anything. Okay? Bye, guys.